Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Rosie here, and I play Dead by Daylight, so you don't have to. I just wanted to make a quick video here. I tried to actually clip my stream's video, this stream right here at the bottom, another one. I tried to actually clip that, my end of, game rant. Rant. It wasn't really a rant, it was just kind of the same topic that I'm doing here, which I believe starts at, that topic starts around 3:31:30, somewhere around there. I really recommend going back and watching that, because if I forget to cover anything here, again, you guys know me, no outline, no script, no nothing. If I forget to cover something that was in that video, it will be covered there in a more thorough version. But so I just wanted to kind of go over what we did last night. Well, what we did last night was suffer through a bunch of bad servers, but that is true. So I hope those clean themselves up. But what we we ended up actually testing something, because I had a thought on a stream, on my first stream of the day yesterday, and that thought was I was playing Chucky. And I had, yes, I had technically won the match already, so it technically didn't really matter. But everybody was injured, and I had a slug or something, or it was a hook or something. I think it was a hook, and they healed. And I'm just like, you know something, guys? That new Deathbound that's coming. Had we had that perk slapped in, we would be able to find them, and that got me actually really thinking. That because then I went back after the stream and I read it again, the new version, and it's it's one of those perks, because again it never jumped out at me. It never jumped out at me, but I have come to the conclusion, especially after testing it last night, because I actually ran it and tested it, and it's like, I honestly think that this perk is about to surprise people. I think that this perk is actually about to be a low-key, very good perk. And I will kind of go into kind of why here. Again, I say some of this last night as well. So, again, I would really recommend watching that, just because I might forget something here. Because especially since I'm trying to get this done before 1 o'clock, because the Raiders are about to play. And they're going to be horrible, but that's beside the point. So, what does Deathbound currently do? Deathbound currently, they when a survivor heals another survivor, they give off a scream notification, and then they become oblivious for 60 seconds. And that, as long as they're not within 8 meters of the survivor that they healed, that is how the perk currently works. So there's a lot, like I said this last night, there's a lot wrong with that. Obviously, the perk is very confined by that 32 meters of limitation. That 32 meters, you have to be outside of a 32 meter range, and that's the biggest issue. That 32 meter range. It is also, because of that, very locked to high mobility and kind of shit like that. It's very locked in who it can actually be ran on, due to that one simple fact. But the thing is here, they are about to fix that. It's about to be a perk that they completely let off the leash. Behavior seems to do this every now and again. Ironically enough, the other two perks that they kind of have done that over the past couple of years would be the other two Pyramid Head perks, Force Pendants and Trail of Torment, where both of those perks came out. If y'all don't remember this, Trail of Torment came out with 20 seconds of Broken, and then Trail of Torment came out with 15 seconds of Undetectable. Right? These perks came out extremely restricted, and they still do this today. Every killer perk that drops has an insane fucking horrendous condition. They're all not good, and it's if you were to just let the perk kind of do what it's trying to do here, it would actually be a little bit better. But, and again, Trail of Torment, they uncapped by the Undetectable's unlimited. It went from 15 seconds to unlimited until you get a hit or somebody touches the gen. Jesus. And then Force Pendants was let off the leash because it went from 15 seconds or 20 seconds to 80 seconds. That is so at Deathbound, they seem to have finally given the same treatment to where they're going to actually uncap this thing and let it go. And Deathbound has a lot of positive traits ladies and gentlemen. One, it's I mean, even if distortion wasn't about to get nerfed, I would be telling you that it doesn't get countered by distortion because it's a screen bubble. Two, um, the again, that 32 meters is about to be gone, so it's not going to be restricted to high mobility anymore because basically anybody can run it, especially when you get moving. Especially when you get moving, because here's the thing, everybody. I don't know if anybody knows this, but when you heal somebody off the ground and you're 32 meters away, that procs Deathbound. So so Deathbound is about to have insane slugging synergy in a meta where slugging is getting better and better again if you're not running the endgame build. Slugging is getting better and better and better again because of the fact that like hooking is not really worth it anymore because you've lost Scourge Hook and Pop, and so like the slug shit is really starting to kind of take shape again where it's like okay, I need to down this person and I can't really stop because there's more injured people kind of near me, and like it's just like it's gonna have a lot of potential with the slug game. It's kind of your best answer to for the people buckle up coming back. Now again, it's not a perfect answer because nothing in the game is a perfect answer. If they want to get that off, they can run up in your face after you down somebody and proc that, and there's nothing that you can do about it. If you run Deathbound, that person will become oblivious when they do that. Yeah, because that's another thing. The oblivious 60 seconds that can kind of fade away. It's not like a terrible duration, but like that's another weakness of it currently. But again, it's not like horrendous. But the major buff that they're giving it is the 32 meter range reduction, and the fact that it's going to have synergy with slugs means anybody can run it. Anybody that like doesn't even you think because I said in my video last night that Plague doesn't really need it, but like because she doesn't, you're gonna see less value over the match. You don't need it, but it's like it's not the worst thing you could run on her because slugging is good. Anybody can use it because of slugging being good right now. I do forget. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I don't think I've ever ran a perk with. I don't think it works with the twins unless you're on Charlotte because I remember wanting to run Infectious on Victor and then realizing you couldn't because he doesn't get screen bubbles. So unless they like change that, it should not work with the twins when you're on Victor. But that all being said, it still should like kind of work on them. But again, there might be better options on the twins. Again, twins are a weird killer, but um uh the point here of the perk actually being good is because you're going to see a lot more value now. Because because of the fact that like the 32 meter range is so restricted, you don't get very many procs with the perk. But the amount of information that it can bring you off of even a single proc is very very good. But so like it's a decent little like mid tier option in the game right now as it stands. It's like it's not a meme. I remember we laughed at it a couple weeks ago. I did. I don't know if the rest of y'all did, but I was like, oh, this perk's a fucking meme. It's not a fucking meme even right now. There's better options for sure, but like it's a sneaky option that's a little bit better than people are thinking that it is, and so that's why when they're about to uncap it, this thing's about to go off. Like like it really I really feel like it could really go off here, dude. Because the potential this has is very high, and I think if you test it, you're gonna notice that when you run on it on who it's good on right now, like the Wraith, and I have it on Sadako here. If you can like really run this thing on characters that it currently is good on, you can see it do a little bit for you. You can see it do a little bit for you. So the fact that it's about to be uncapped means it's only going to get better. You'll have a match on Deathbound where you go, oh my goodness, the thing procced like 5 times, and that is only going to increase in frequency. Now, the checks that it has, they does have some checks. We'll get into those. There's Calm Spirit, obviously, and then that Lara Croft perk that when you search a chest or bless or cleanse a totem or whatever, the next time you scream, you get to see the killer's aura instead or some horse shit. But like I said this in my video, survivors don't really want to bring a perk to counter fucking Deathbound. Like, especially with all their new options that they have right now, they don't want to do that because it's not like it. They don't want to give up 25% of their slots just to fucking counter one perk that might not even be in the game. That's not something they want to do. So, since they don't want to fucking do that, um, like they have to look to other options. Now, the two main things that they can do to counter it: one, kite the killer. Just because the killer shows up doesn't make the killer a threat. If they can kite the killer, like, that's something that they're going to have. And the other thing that they can do to kind of check it is pass around medkits if they're like a Swift. Because if they're a Swift, they can like heal up to 99 and then pass their teammate the medkit, and then the medkit can be used to finish the heal, which will then in turn not trigger the perk because that's counted as a self heal. So like there's that. But again, like those medkit charges ain't gonna last forever, especially if the game is long. And they have to even realize you have it before that even becomes an option. So you're gonna get at least one proc of the fucking thing before that even becomes a realistic option to them. Passing around the medkits, and that also doesn't address the fact that it's good at the slugs. Like that also doesn't help it pick up the slugs, because every time they pick up a slug, you get a notification. It's a fucking hook rescue notification for slugs, unless they have unbreakable or boon exponential. So like this perk's about to go off, bro. Like the conditions in the game right now are perfectly set up for Deathbound to succeed. The new variant. It's a perfect meta for it. It's a perfect meta. All the gem perks are gone. Slugging is better than it's ever been, and they've finally given it a buff that looks like it's going to actually help it out and do something for it. So it's gonna be good, bro. Like it's like it's one of the things. I got that sneaky feeling in my head that this is something that like I feel like this could get a nerf in 6 months, because I think if this picks up like I think it might, this shit might be everywhere. Like especially once the cat's out of the bag. I don't think the cat's out of the bag yet. I don't think survivors understand what they're about to be dealing with, and so once they get an understanding of that, I could see this not even staying in the game very long, because like it might. Now this might be a take that ages very very shit if it's like not even that good, but like that being said, again, I think everything lines up for the perk to succeed. I like it's got the right synergies. It's got the right synergies. It's got the right counters, because the counters are limited and a little. You have to be coordinated to actually deal with the fucking thing. Meaning, if you get like a group of solos, the perk's gonna fucking give you mad fucking value. There's no cooldown, so it can keep happening. And like again, the amount of information it can give you is nuts. And like in this situation right here, did you see we got those two screen bubbles right there? They're the injured people. When you get pressure like this and everybody on the team is injured, every person that gives off a scream notification is going to be injured. So you can get over there and get more pressure. Now, obviously these guys are trash, but like once the perk goes off and once you have advantage state, or everyone is injured, you're going to find people that are injured, and you will be able to get them. And this can also help you find somebody that you may be trying to get out of the game, because if they're trying to protect somebody for as long as possible, maybe they do like a swift body blocking cheese and you lose your tunnel, right? Maybe that happens to you. And they heal that person, and then Deathbound goes off. Then you can get over there, and then boom, you find the guy that happened in my last Wraith match. I found the guy I needed to kill because Deathbound helped me find them. Like, the perk has a lot of positive traits even right now. So the fact that they're giving it, like, an uncapping treatment, like, they are, like, tells me, one, I don't think the devs understand the perk. Again, to be fair, nobody runs it. Like, I didn't understand the fucking perk until I ran it. Like, really understanding its little tiny details and nuances, I didn't understand it, because until I really ran it yesterday. Yesterday might have been like yesterday was the first real set of games that I've ever used the fucking thing. I think I might have ran it a couple times, like when it came out, but like yesterday, and of course that was like fucking 4 years ago, so I was a lot worse back then. But seeing this thing completely, it's going to be completely uncapped, and this is something that I did not even give that fair of an analysis to in my fucking video, because like again, I said like it could be cute if you have more slots, but the more you analyze it, the more you sit on it, it's like this might just be worth the slot. It might actually just straight up be worth that fucking perk slot because of all the synergies that it has with the right shit. the right checks and counters, because those counters are going to be limited. And again, even when you pull them off, even when Swift does pass the medkit to each other, the medkit's going to run out in a prolonged game, number one. I know there's other ways to heal and things like that, but like all in all, I think this perk, again, it doesn't address the slug slug that it had, the slug synergy that it has. The medkit passing doesn't. Even against Swift, the perk has a lot of positive traits. I will agree that the perk is going to probably be worse against Swift, especially once they're conditioned to playing with it against it, and they know that passing the medkits along can be good. And also, Swift with 4 flashlights doesn't help. Like, they have to actually have the fucking medkit, which they don't know until in the game. So it's like, yes, I do agree that when they have the fucking medkits, it might not be good, but also, by the way, you can see if they have the medkits on the character select screen. If they got Swift 4 medkits and you're really concerned about it, just take it out. Right? Only run it when you feel like you don't have to run it if you see 4 medkits, if you're that worried about it. So, like, again, like, the conditions for the perk to succeed are here. And y'all might be calling me crazy because I seem to have 180 on this in the past, like, couple of days. But, like, if you think it's going to be worthless, if you think it's worthless, I encourage you to play with it. The version that's in the game right now, I encourage you to like run it and use it for a little bit. You will be surprised at what this version can do. And if you're surprised at what this version can do, that new version is about to blow up all your expectations. Deathbound is the best thing for killers in the new patch. I 100% believe that. It's better than the Aura perk, and it's better than machine learning. If this is as good as I think it's going to be, this perk going to be scary, bro, for the survivors. They are not going to like playing against it. I can assure you of that. I'm getting the hell out of here, though, for right now. GG's.